Pliers date back to around 2000 BC. Ancient drawings show Greek gods with pliers at the forge. Today, forgers still make pliers, but these days, they use automated tools to shape the metal. Without them, a lot of electricians, plumbers, and mechanics would be out of a job. Pliers have three basic parts: handles, a rivet, and jaws. All the parts are made from steel that metal workers forge into shape. First, a powerful electric furnace heats the steel red hot in just a few seconds. Then, a metal worker sets one sizzling rod at a time on a forming die. A massive die forger hammers the rod against the die with tons of force. It takes up to 4 strikes on separate impressions for the rod to acquire the die's shape. Then the forging is placed onto a press that trims off any excess steel. Two forged rods are needed to make one pair of pliers. This pair will be for gripping, so the next step is to machine the teeth into the jaws. Workers set the plier halves into the broaching machine. Its tiny cutters, dozens of them, shave away steel under a shower of lubricant. When the cutters pull away, the jaw of each plier half now has a nice set of teeth. The factory must heat treat the steel to harden it, a process called austempering. The plier halves travel through a gas-fired furnace for about 2 hours at a blazing 1500 degrees. Then, the steel is dunked in salt water to cool rapidly and evenly. The teeth on these pliers will have to take a lot of abuse, so they get a laser heat treatment to make them even harder and more durable. Now the pliers are ready for assembly. For gripping pliers, a worker inserts a single piece rivet and joins the two halves. He then sets the joint onto a machine that spins at high speed, generating the force and friction needed to set the rivet. Cutting pliers are also held together with a rivet, but the setting process is different. The parts go into a press that applies both heat and pressure to secure the rivet firmly. Next, workers insert the cutting pliers between 2 stone grinding wheels. Again, lubricant prevents the steel from overheating as the wheels wear down the rivet until it lies flush with the plier surface. The cutting pliers go into a gas oven for another 2 hours of heat treating, a process called mar-tempering. When they come out, they cool in an oil solution, rather than the salt solution that cools the gripping pliers. Steel is a finicky material, so it's critical to manage the heat treating process meticulously. Otherwise, the metal will be substandard. After heat treating, the pliers go into a bath of rust inhibitor that helps protect the steel from corrosion and lubricates the riveted joints. A robotic arm runs one pair of pliers at a time against a grinding belt, polishing all surfaces except the handles for a sleek finish. Then a laser engraves the company logo and product number. Automated bars now lower hundreds of pliers handle deep into a tank containing liquid vinyl. No messy drips here. Before dipping, the factory heats the pliers to help this coating stick to the steel. Next, the pliers go into an oven. The heat hardens the protective coating, cushioning the handles so they're easier on the hands. Whatever their shape or size, pliers are a toolbox essential for anyone looking to ply their trade.